Good morning and happy Thursday, Holiday Hill family. Josh here in the youth room for Throwback Thursday. And here's the thing about February. It's the shortest month, but yet so much happens in the month of February. You got Super Bowl, you got Valentine's Day, you got Groundhog Day. Oh yeah, and this little thing called Black History Month. Perhaps you've heard of it. And nothing better about Black History Month than a white guy on Throwback Thursday talking about Black history. But this type of Black history is something a little more local. I want to tell you about a guy by the name of James Weldon Johnson. Some of my students went to a school bearing this man's name. He was born in the 1870s right here in Jacksonville, Florida. He went to Stanton for his education. From there, he went up to Atlanta where he continued college work and education. He came back to Jacksonville and became an educator at the school he was a part of, Stanton. He became one of the first black principals here in Jacksonville, Florida, and integrated both 9th and 10th grade into Stanton. So all you high schoolers who go to Stanton or have been alumni of Stanton, you can thank James Weldon Johnson. From there, he was an advocate for civil rights work. He was an advocate for the election of Theodore Roosevelt, and Theodore Roosevelt returned the favor in kind upon his election, making him a diplomat to both Nicaragua and Venezuela. In 1900, James Weldon Johnson, in honor of Abraham Lincoln's birthday, wrote a poem called Lift Every Voice and Sing. About 5 years later, his brother John put music to that poem. And in about 1917, the NAACP declared Lift Every Voice and Sing as the Black National Anthem. It all started here in Jacksonville, Florida. We are part, as a city, of that culture and of that history. The hymn itself, which it is a hymn if you didn't know, is found number 627 in the 1991 edition of your Baptist hymnal to this very day. A lot of the imagery drawn from that is the Exodus, the story of Moses, and telling Pharaoh to let his people go, and leaving bondage and slavery for a better promised land. And our city, our culture is connected to this. Thought it was a cool story worth sharing. But what do we get from all of this? What we get is this. For all that James Weldon Johnson did he win? Was he right? Were the things he stood for really true? Do we believe him now? That's a tough question. By no means do I think this man was a loser. By no means. He did way more than even I mentioned in this video. We've come a long way. I think it's safe to say we got a long way to go. But we have to decide what we can and can't control. What Washington does, I have little control over. What the president does and what Congress does, I have little control over. But I can control what I do. I can control what I say. I can control how I treat people. Let's treat people with love and respect. Let's treat people with kindness and dignity. That doesn't get old. Nor should it. Guys, continue to love one another. Thanks for your time. Take care. God bless. Duval.